Now that is happening. The proofs have been given at various levels. Even in the last government, at the international fora, these proofs have been provided. The photographs have been provided. The government of Pakistan has it. They will present it to the one when they need it. They are quite capable of that. And they will decide as to when to provide what proof to whom, so that our tools are used appropriately. The latest thing is, in Sharm el-Sheikh, the Indian factor in Balochistan was brought on record. And the Prime Minister of India got a lot of pressure on that. And a lot of hue and cry has been created. This further proves that the proofs have been given to the concerned authorities so that this Indian involvement is stopped. And I'm sure our diplomatic angle, if it starts, moving appropriately, which they must be doing, along with the domestic remedial measures that have to be taken, the situation is likely to improve.
You think Afghan government is also directly involved?
I would not say directly involved, because I don't want to say that. But you see, if something is happening from their soils, and the interference is taking place and people are crossing over into Balochistan territory from Afghanistan, from various routes, they keep coming in, we keep arresting people, we keep capturing their weapons, we keep capturing their consignments, they keep coming on record. Many a times we have displayed it to the media. After all, it is not Star Trek program. That somebody sits over there and they evaporate in the air and they appear on some other place in Pakistani side. It physically moves with all that armada and paraphernalia along the interior of Afghanistan. How is it possible that they're crossing over and they're able to get to the border to start with? So that is the point.
So we can safely say that, with development work that has already started, with the partial implementation of force that you're already doing, now the next big step should be to, start foreign dialogues and pressure.
And I'm sure it must be happening. You see, diplomacy has its own covered routes. And they work very sensibly. It has always created an impact. It has started creating an impact. And I'm sure the positive development will take place.
So coming to the US allegations regarding Taliban presence, what is your view? Because they are very openly talking about Quetta Shura. And now, initially they were saying that they are based in Balochistan, now they're saying that they are moving in and around Quetta, coming in and out, and they're taking, names like Mullah Omar and top leadership. What's your view on that? Have they shared anything, any information with you, any intelligence with you in this regard, or what does your intelligence suggest?
I will address the later part of the question first. Have they shared any information, or they've given us some information? Not a bit. Not a bit. Till this point, as I talk to you, not a bit. This question has been coming up previously also. A lot of efforts have been made. Initially, the government of Afghanistan would talk about it, and one would be at a loss to understand as to why government of Afghanistan is doing it, especially when there is a lot of presence of foreign forces over there, and Pakistan happens to be a major ally in war against terror. And why is it that from under their shadow, such a thing is emerging from the leadership of Afghanistan? And now the cat is out of the bag. Now these Americans and other people, US forces and US high officials, as high as you see, you have a Kerry Lugar bill also, and it has come from the Senate. It is something different that, and Patterson has said that many of the senators were not aware as to what is being included in the Kerry Lugar bill. So I don't know whether this point was also affected by that. But the point is, these allegations have been leveled in the past. They've been dying their own death. And lately they have started doing it again. In my view, whatever is happening in Afghanistan, if they're not succeeding, there has to be some escape route. So you got to throw some buck as to why they're not succeeding over there. This is my personal view. It happens. In the forces, it happens. So they're saying that it's a Quetta Shura, it's Taliban Shura in Quetta. At times they say Mullah Omar is the mayor of Quetta. In my view, and as per the record, Maqbool Yadi is the Nazim of Quetta, not Mullah Omar. He is not there. Now the point, how much is the truth in this? I think at best you can call it matter of perception, a wrong perception. Balochistan is not Taliban supporting territory. The point is, the Taliban, if they're operating in Balochistan territory, they cannot operate in Baloch areas. They will only be able to operate in Pashtun belt. Quetta is part of the Pashtun belt. You see, now, when we talk of the Pashtun belt, what do they have? Do they have political support? This needs to be seen. Do they have religious support? Do they have social support? Do they have any other support that is coming in the financial support and all? Now come over to the political side. Do we consider the government in position over here is supporting Taliban? No question. Because it's a People's Party government with coalition and all that, and they have very clear stand on Taliban now. Then we come over to the Pashtun political parties. We have three major political Pashtun parties, PKMAP, ANP, and Jamaat Ulema Islam. When we talk of PKMAP and ANP, they are genetically against Taliban. How can they support it? And why should they? And now they understand what is the provincial government in frontier doing. They are fighting against Taliban. And they are supporting and they are administrating and managing the operation that is going on over there. Everybody knows about it. The entire nation is looking into that direction. So there is no political support. Come over to the Jamaat Ulema Islam, which is a political as well as religious. There are not many madrasas, more than 1,000 madrasas in Balochistan, especially in Pashtun belt. Maulana Shirani is the top person of Jamaat Ulema Islam in Balochistan. He's been attacked 3 times for his life. Isolated incidents, but attacked 3 times. What does it indicate? Do they have a political and religious support from that? Answer is no. Now we come over to the social side. Pashtun belt over here with Afghanistan has a cross-border culture. Now if that is the case, a mother would like to go to meet the daughter. The father may like to go and meet the son. The son may like to go and meet an uncle. So their family is divided in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now if that be the case, and also Pashtuns somehow think that cross-border movement of any trade good is not smuggling. They say it is our trade. It has been happening all over. But as per the law of the land, it is smuggling, which is not allowed. Which means they would like to sneak in from the border. Now these two movements need the border to be peaceful. If the border is not peaceful, they will be in a lot of trouble. We have to seal the border. We have sealed the border, I would say not 100%, but at least 80-85%, which actually means their lives are already difficult by 80%. Now they don't want it to become more difficult or become 200% difficult. They don't want to seal it off. With Taliban's availability in this area, or their presence and effectiveness or influence in this area, you think the law enforcement will stop? Can there be 2 standards? In FATA, there is a full-blooded fight going on against them. More than 2,000 soldiers have died, including police. So many civilians have given their life. So much of sacrifice is given by the nation. You think Balochistan is a separate land where different policy will go? It is not possible, it is not doable. So we have to sort them out in case they are found in this area, which will make them border more difficult, and their life is going to be difficult. Therefore, they are against Taliban. They don't want to let them influence their lives in that manner. So when they do not have the political support, when they do not have the religious support, when they do not have the social support, which I have given you the evidence for that and the logical reason for this, how is it possible that they would be operating? Now we come to the question. Are they there or not? Are they moving around or not? Taliban, who are Taliban? They have a beard. You have a beard. You put on turban. You are not a Taliban. So they have a beard. They have turban. They put on shorter trousers. They put on chappals and all that, which is their footwear and all. Now they keep moving in. The entire Pashtun culture puts on this dress. Now how do you identify who's Taliban, who's not Taliban, when there's so many people, they cross over from Afghanistan into Pakistan and back from Chaman Gate. Thousands of people cross over. They have their own cards. So there are no Taliban who would be effective in this area. Yes, if they cross over and they pass through Balochistan and maybe they stay somewhere hidden and they want to have their parking place, that cannot be denied. But saying that they are available, there is a Shura working here, they plan for the thing, and they're very effective, and going to an extent that now the threat to the NATO forces and ISAF forces in Afghanistan is from nowhere. It is only Taliban Shura or Quetta Shura. And lately I have seen some statement in which they say, it is not Taliban which is threat to American forces, it is Al-Qaeda. They have said it. I've read it, seen it yesterday. So there's a dichotomy in this, and they need to be clear. If they have an evidence which they have not given us to a bit till as at this till this moment, they should share it with us.